This is the brand new Ridge Racer U4 from ROCHOBBY and FMS model. It's a 7th scale desert buggy that has some pretty impressive features for the price, so let's take a look. In the box, the Ridge Racer U4 comes ready to run with a 5-channel transmitter with all of your standard adjustments, a couple of cross wrenches, some Allen keys with a set screw to mount the antenna, a bag of option parts, a sticker sheet, a raised Bronco decal for the front end, and the instruction manual. The truck itself is basically just a rebranded Yikong TB7. Although it's not a brand new design, it'll be nice to now have this platform backed by ROCHOBBY with improved part support. Taking a look around the outside of the truck, we have an officially licensed one-piece Ford Bronco Lexan body. It has a couple of molded plastic LED light bars throughout. There's one in the front grille and then another one above the windshield that can be controlled using the channel 4 button on the transmitter. Inside the cab, there is a pretty detailed Lexan interior with some decals and a couple of driver figures. We have a low profile molded plastic bumper up front, along with the cage and a functional spare tire peeking out in the rear. There are 2 oil-filled aluminum shocks on each corner of this truck. 4 of them have progressive springs that can be adjusted with the preload collars on the threaded shock bodies. Like a proper desert truck, we have independent suspension up front with upper and lower A-arms. In the rear, we have 4-link trailing arm suspension with rubber limit straps and a solid axle. Both the front and rear have sway bars to help keep the truck stable. This truck sits on a set of unbranded tires. However, they appear to be modeled after some BF Goodrich all-terrains. They're quite firm, which will likely provide less traction but more longevity. On this style of truck though, lower traction tires are actually pretty fun to slide around with. The tires are glued onto some method-inspired plastic wheels that mount to the truck with 8mm wheel nuts and 17mm hexes made to look like brake rotors. There are 4 body clips tethered onto the body. 2 are up front on the hood while the other 2 are hidden underneath in the rear. The body lifts off for easy access and sort of hinges on the rear sway bar and limit straps. Inside of the truck, everything sits on an aluminum chassis that also has an aluminum upper deck to keep the platform rigid. For electronics, this truck has a 150 amp Max 8 ESC with EC5 connectors hooked up to a 1600 kV sensorless brushless motor. The ESC sits on a massive 30 kilogram 5th scale steering servo, and everything plugs into a 6-channel receiver. The battery tray has a couple of Velcro straps and provides plenty of room. The battery straps are a bit on the longer side in my opinion. There's a foam block in the back of the tray that can be removed for even longer batteries. The only thing limiting your battery height is the upper link mounts in the rear. Just above those are some aluminum standoffs between the shock towers. This truck is 4 to 6S capable with an almost all-metal drivetrain. The wheel hexes are the only plastic part, so we'll have to see how those hold up. Before the first run, I swapped the connectors out for XT90s so I could run these same Gens Ace 3S 5000 mAh LiPo batteries that I use in my UDR. This location was perfect for the Ridge Racer. You have to keep in mind that this truck is not a hardcore basher. It's a scale desert buggy meant for realistic driving over rough terrain. It's not going to be the most durable RC, but it did hold up well to some hard hits and high-speed rollovers. As expected, you kind of have to stay on the throttle while jumping, or the truck will want to nosedive a little. The suspension wasn't quite as responsive as I was expecting, but the temperature outside was just above freezing, so I'm guessing the shock oil was a bit thicker than usual. The transmitter seems pretty solid overall. My only complaint is the plastic steering wheel. I feel that a foam steering wheel would give the truck more of a premium feel. I love the looks of this thing though, and it is quite fun to drive. A big thanks to ROCHOBBY and FMS Model for sending this vehicle out to feature on the channel. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.